Generic greetings and welcome back once again to another chill driving session on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today's mint is... after quite nice XL Spearmint. Not bad at all. And welcome back to something I actually haven't thought through very well. This is not conducive to ideal commentary. One moment. Today's beverage is a nice cup of coffee that I've used to down a full mint. That's going to come back to bite me. Either way, breath should be nice. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, where in a previous video we were transporting a extra large load in the dark, and we ended up basically dumping it on a grass verge and we had to tow it out. So not ideal and not overly chill, but we did manage to get paid in the end, so all is good. So another rambly, drivey, talky video that's hopefully fairly chill. So if that's not for you, then feel free to check something else out. People seem to quite enjoy these and I've been enjoying playing the game, so well, here we are. So there's been some progress since the last video. We have some more skills to pay the bills. We're level 18, ADR max, long distance max, high value cargo, one of each, just to unlock the jobs. I'm still yet to get the just-in-time delivery, but I'll pick that up at some point. And then eco driving is at level 4. Obviously, this saves you fuel, and yeah, it's good. It means that, well, the higher you get it and the earlier you get it, the better, because it's just nice bonuses there. So overall, pretty happy with that. And there's also been some improvements in the company. I went and upgraded our garage in Newcastle here, so we have now an improved garage. We have extra slots for drivers as well as trucks, and I've hired Peter here to drive a Volvo FH Sleeper. So my first employee, as well as my first vehicle. So I have no idea, sorry, my first other vehicle. I'm currently driving the Volvo FH Globetrotter XL. That's my personal truck, and then we've got this guy who's got a truck that's currently done 0 miles. This is something I've just bought, and I'm just learning that side of the business and stuff, so it's going to be quite a nice facet to dive into. But with that said and done, we're going to do a bit of a drive here, and if we go over to the quick travel specifically, you can see I'm currently at the home base in Newcastle here, and all of these dots are places where I can fast travel to, which means I've visited them at one point in the past. So I've got Helsinki, Tallinn, yeah, there's loads of places I can go and sort of fast travel there, or teleport as I do say. Actually recently went to Romania, and I think that's Beyond the Black Sea DLC or something. Anyway, loads of places I've travelled to, but there's also places in the UK like Sheffield and Liverpool, London, Southampton, etc. that I've not actually been to, and I want to try and do that just to unlock these, to give me more options. So let's just see what we have going for us. Let's go over to the job market, to the freight market. We're going to click on Newcastle, and we've got a job here taking a driller to Sweden. No, we want to stay in the UK. Oh, perfect. This is 15 tons of pears from Newcastle to Southampton, but we go, if not in, but very close to Sheffield and very close to London. So I might take a notable detour and visit at least 1, 2, 3 cities that I've currently not got unlocked. So we're gonna have a look at that one. So job done. There's been some upgrades in the truck as well. If we just go to the outside here, I've put on some new tyres which are more fuel efficient and better in the rain. Increase the illumination so that, well, basically, I mean, yeah, you can't really see it because it's oh, actually, is it not turning on at all? One moment, let me see about that. Yeah, we want auxiliary on. There we go. So right, this thing in the dark, you could strip paint off the side of a building at 400 meters. Retinas are certainly being burnt out as we drive past tower blocks. It is absolutely ridiculous when these things are on. We've also got more illumination and beacons as well, just for added safety and or annoyance. So yeah, it is what it is. So there's been improvements in the vehicle. I think I've put another gearbox in it as well, just for, well, reasons. I think it's got better first and second gear ratios, so we can, you know, do quite well with heavy loads. So yeah, let's just keep driving. We'll see what we can visit and whatnot. Good grief! Immediately was speeding. This thing without its leg iron on is absolutely amazing. It doesn't have to get up to some pretty good speeds. One of the disadvantages, however, is, as I said, you can very, very easily speed, which is not ideal. I've still got the limiter on. You can turn that off, and I think the Volvo FH series are actually with the biggest engine, probably the fastest vehicles in the game at... well, I think the engine you can slap in it would be a 750 horsepower engine. I currently have the option for a 600, but I've stuck with the I've stuck with the current one of, I think it's the 540. I didn't see much point in spending 20 grand on an engine that does very, very little, but there you are. Anyway, yeah, you can go up to ridiculous speed with the limiter off, and I've got my beacons on still, yeah. But yeah, you can go to get a ridiculous speed going with that engine. So it says freight market. We're going to go down and we'll pick up the pears. What's the other one? There's also grapes to Manchester. Oh, so I've not actually visited Manchester either. Maybe do we just go to Manchester and then we can go to Sheffield, or do I do that one? I think yes, if I go to just do grapes to Manchester, then take another Manchester job to Sheffield and around. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do that one because it's at least, let's say, going to unlock more cities. So we're going to do a bit of a tour of, well, certainly England, but I don't know if we're going to go to anywhere else. Let's just see. So we'll just back this thing up, our Globetrotter XL with the sleeper cab there, and just a bit further, job done, connect the trailer, and we are off. So immediately you can tell it's not as sprightly as it once was, you know, considering it's got 14 tons of grapes, I think, on the back there. And we'll have a little look left and right while pulling out and almost seeing a truck crash into the right hand side of me. That's fine. Very strange playing the game in the UK, because I've spent the majority of my time in the game trying to avoid that police car there. No, I've been spending the majority of my time in the game driving Europe on the other side of the road. So coming back into the UK, you very well, I personally, I don't think this is exclusive to myself. And I know a friend I've been co-oping the game with has had the same problems, but we end up driving on the wrong side of the road because we just sort of forget, which is all kinds of bad. Anyway, we've got a roadworks here with a temporary speed camera, so the speed is reduced down to 30 miles an hour, and we can see the little signs on the left hand side for the temporary speed. So we'll limit that to 30 miles an hour. I've got I call it the autopilot, but we know it's not that. It's the cruise control set to 30, and then we'll probably increase once we get beyond these roadworks. Also, there has been improvements in technology. I now have a new pad. So swapped out the absolutely ancient but still bulletproof Xbox 360 wired controller and went with the new Xbox controller because, quite frankly, it was on sale and I've had good experiences with the ones in the past. They seem to be quite bulletproof. Wanted to go with the Elite, but for 150 quid that wasn't going to happen, considering the build quality by all accounts is inconsistent at best. So yes, went with just the wireless one. So job done, it works. And I still use it as if it's connected with a wire and move it around places. Let's just make sure we don't test the paintwork condition by scraping against the barrier. And let's get up on for the slip road here and onto the motorway. Mileage is 131 miles to go. We'll be there before we can blink. I'm just going to cut up this car there. Didn't really mean to, but also not going to lose too much sleep over it. And yeah, we'll head to our destination. So going to Manchester. Obviously, limiter will be hit at 152. No, it's I don't know what kilometers it is, but certainly at 56 miles an hour, which we've now hit. We have now hit the limiter, so I'll just put the cruise control on and just settle in for a nice drive. I will have to either slow down or go into the other lane. Yeah, it looks like White Van Man has just absolutely blasted past us, so that's fine. We'll go into the other lane and then we'll overtake this vehicle here. Yeah, doing the really long distance stuff is quite interesting. So I think the longest one I've done was over 2 kilometers. No, how far? It was over 2,000 miles. I think so. It was a very long journey. I think it took, all told, about 2.5 hours. Obviously, you have to stop multiple times to not only fuel up, but for your driver to rest. If there's any problems, you had to sort of double back, and there was loads of toll roads. Like, I don't know how much money I spent on toll roads, but it was interesting. And the fact that this... Yeah, I'm not actually overtaking here. So this is where I really would have liked the limiter to be removed, because then you could realistically just just put your foot down a little bit and get past. I've reduced my speed to under 50 because we've just passed the speed camera there, and I'm realising I'm totally at fault here. I'm holding up all the traffic. I'm not getting past. So what we're going to do is break the law and also maybe break our truck because of how much that's leaning, and I'm going to try and get past this guy. So yeah, we are speeding, I am aware, but I really want to get past that vehicle, not just for our benefit but for the drivers behind. Certainly not really following the law, and right, just cutting in front of them there, but well, it's a game. I think we'll survive, won't we? Back to the cruise control and continuing on. But yeah, travelling through lots of different countries and seeing the scenery and just chilling out, it's been a nice experience. If someone was to say, look, why exactly have you put 47 hours into that game in the last 3 weeks? I don't know. Shoulders shrugged. I have no idea. I have no idea why I've been spending that amount of time in this game in maybe not 3 weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, it's just, maybe it's chill. In fact, I think what you could probably say is that I do play it like solo and single player, aside from obviously outside these videos, but most of my time has been playing with friends, plural. Because the game is basically a fidget spinner. Like, you're there to talk nonsense with your friends anyway, and you know, and talk stuff out and just be social. But you need something for your hands to do, and you can just jump on this and play it together alone or form a convoy, whatever. And yeah, it just gives you something to do. So it is the fidget cube of games for me at this stage. Because we could talk about all sorts, but still driving a truck and having some fun there as well. Just a little bit of added extra. Driving through other European countries, seeing the sights, going through many tunnels and over bridges. I think I recently just went through the... where did I go to? It was through Italy. We went through into... Have we been to Switzerland? I can't remember, actually. There's been so many places we visited. But, yeah... And this Mont Blanc tunnel was quite interesting. Going over to taking the Channel tunnel and going to France and driving around France and stuff. That was pretty fun. And the terrain varies, and also there's road conditions in certain countries. It was, oh yeah, going through certain parts of Italy, especially the sort of like islands around there as well. Getting a truck this length around around twisting, winding bends up and down hills and mountains, and it was a lovely drive when the sun was setting as well. It looked absolutely gorgeous, but you're also worried at any moment you're about to yeet 26 tons of beans over a mountain and land it in some guy's back garden, which would not be ideal. I'm going to try and overtake here. Looks like there's been some guy pulled over there, maybe an unsecured load on the back of that I'm going to call it a lorry, but it's not really, is it? Flatbed truck. Let's just pull over to the left where we can see a huge substation. Yes, a wild substation has appeared with lots of transmission lines going there. Let's just reset the camera. I've also managed to increase visibility. You can see at the top there, you've got like this, essentially a sun visor, but it's on the outside. I've got a peak for the cap, and that was originally just a big solid strip, which I don't know why that's fitted as standard. It's like, see, it's an optional extra to increase your visibility. Okay, that's not ideal. So Grimsby, Sheffield, Manchester. It says keep right for Manchester. Speed reduction to 50, so we'll just slam the anchors on as I can... No, I thought I could see a speed camera to the left there, but it ain't. It's just the reduced speed. And there is the speed camera on the left. That grey box on a stick there. So we'll just go past it and put on the cruise control. Oh, back to 60, which is fine. The game told me to keep right, but I've sticking this around. It basically wants me to go straight ahead, which is totally fine. That's what we're doing. And yeah, well, now we have to steer left, so we'll pull into the left lane and just set our cruise control back on. So we're going to visit Manchester, a place I've been several times, and they have a very good local museum there as well, with lots of bits cut apart. Lots of engines that have been cut in half, and you can see inside them and such. That was years ago, though, when I last visited. Pretty sure they also had a big loom there as well, and showed you how cotton was refined, taken from raw cotton to actual thread. Pretty cool. 57, we're actually speeding a little. Well, not really, no, we're not speeding. Are we speeding? Oh, that's a question, actually, for any truckers there. We're limited to 56. Is that... And this says 60, but on the bottom left. So is it limited to 56? It's illegal to go over that? Is that the air quote speed limit, or is just the limit is there for safety, but technically you can go 60 if you're going downhill? I have no idea. It's a whole new world that I'm not familiar with, but I may be familiar with garage repair soon. No, we're fine. Okay, so going under here, we have to keep left. There's a little bit of a rumble as we are. I think we were just crossing onto the white lines there, but not too much of a bother. Just looking on the left in the mirrors, we can sort of pull over there. A lot of people have been requesting in the previous videos to turn off the UI essentially, so get rid of the sat nav and get rid of that top left mirror. I've not yet tried it. It also feels very undesirable, honestly. I don't like the idea of having to do that to check the mirrors every time. So big reservoir followed by, yeah, there's like this is some commonplace on the left hand side. That's a big sort of metal structure there, but in reality it's actually stone. And then this archy bridge over here as well. So yeah, common M62 site. It says M62, don't know if that is actually the official road designation, because obviously the game does shrink down a lot of things. Because if it was a real life scale, it would be. I don't think it would be. I don't think. don't know who would actually play it, but there you go. I'm sure there will be many people that would, and probably do with mods. Obviously, you've got flight simulators with realistic times and scales and everything, so yeah. 22 more miles in order to reach our destination. So completely different from the other two videos that I've done recently with Euro Truck. The first, well, both of them being the extra large load, which required a pilot and escort convoy type thing, and us going through some quite severe terrain, experiencing some weather, etc. This is much more of a chill one, just visiting a different city there. Services in 200 yards. We are on about half for fuel, and we're fine for the rest as well. So we'll blast past these services and get to our destination soon. I wonder what we're going to see. Never visited this city in game, so there'll be, once we visited it, more options for jobs, maybe even some different dealers for trucks and such. So yeah, we'll have to see what we have, and then I definitely want to go down to London and such and get that unlocked as well. It's just curious that it had not got those unlocked and never visited them in the past. Maybe it's because we've been doing other jobs. And oh, hang on, we have a problem. So the game is telling me to take a left, but as you can clearly see, there is a police car right in front of us. Okay, looks like the car behind me is letting me out, and I know I could get down there. And the police is certainly stopped. Well, they've certainly stopped this for a reason. I could continue on and see what is over there, or I could just quickly dash down there and the police might find me, and that's obviously not what they're wanting me to do. So instead, we're going to have to continue on and see about another route. The sat-nav will recalculate a route for us when it figures out we've went past there. It just happened to be that turn-off that it's telling me, you know, we can't go past. So I don't know what's going on down there. It looks to be the next one. Yeah, it's just giving us the next turn off, so that is fine. Just being conscious of our speed. There's a speed camera there. We've got the next turn off here. Don't even indicate, it's fine. And just going to slow down a little bit. Although it looks like we can probably come down here at speed, but we'll just bleed that off a little bit. And there we go. We are coming into Manchester. Strange that there's two ways getting there right next to each other. Well, lucky for us, I guess, because we can at least get into this city. Coming up to a traffic light, so we'll just gently brake there. And we'll have a sip of beverage. So it says Chester on the side, or Manchester, there we go. Is that a ambulance? Yeah, it's an ambulance. 30 miles an hour going into here. Reflecting back on decisions for trucks, I think I would, if I was to buy my own personal truck again. I've recently bought a truck for my employee, but I just bought it as standard. I didn't even customize it, to be honest with you. I will do eventually, but I'm very much out of money. I've got 14 grand in the bank, and that went from nearly 300,000. So by upgrading the...
And then turn left.
We're into Manchester now. Yeah, upgrading the garage and buying a new truck and all of that is cost me a little bit. I'm pretty sure that Land Rover there has just went through on certainly an amber, maybe even on a red. Curious. Or maybe our dashcam footage will be used in court. We shall see. Yeah. But I think if I was going to buy a vehicle again, I will eventually probably either upgrade this to Max or buy a new vehicle. I think I would go with the left-hand cab. It's just better for driving around Europe, which is where I spend most of my time driving around. So 30 miles an hour. Very industrial here. Also some tower blocks over there as well. And we've got... Is that a new garage? Oh, yeah, we could... It's potentially a garage that we can buy coming up.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Third exit, no problem. 1, 2, and third exit.
Exit now.
Exit now. Oh, that's nice over there.
Keep right, and then
Look
turn
quite nice.
Turn right.
And we'll turn right without crashing into that white car there. So, let's drop off our cargo. So, where do you need it? So this is where you get the option for your trailer delivery. So, where do you need it? You have to park it yourself. Let's play it safe. You're driving forward. And then, sorry, I'm in a hurry, skip it. But you get extra experience if you do it. And quite frankly, it's not that difficult. It really isn't. Especially when you've got, you know, if you just hang your head out the back of the vehicle and such, it's not overly difficult. I'm going to say this now and completely mess this up, aren't I? So it's not that difficult. This is where I completely and utterly mess it up. So I tend to go outside, which is it's certainly akin to cheating. Yes, I'm aware. Driving it inside is much more difficult. So let's see if we can get this done. See if we can get it in a wanna. I'm not convinced I can. I think I'm going to have to pull forward eventually. Oh yeah, totally messed that up. It's easy, he says, but he messed it up, he does. Just pull forward a little bit. Straighten it up. And there we go. And then back it in. And that should be us. Pretty much done. Come on. Can he fix it? Can he fix it? Yeah, good enough for us. There we go. So, that's where we've going to dump it. And that is grapes delivered from Newcastle on time to Manchester. Total profit of... Yeah, it's 5 grand. So, yes, it's not ideal. But we can now get another job market, freight market here, from Manchester to... I mean, there's lots more stuff here. You see, it's all like this... I mean, there's loads of things for, like, Geneva, Gdansk, good grief, Porto, Vecchino, I mean, no, Brussels, Brest, Dover, we have not, how have we not visited Dover, of all places? Rotterdam, Carlisle, let's go, no, we can't really, I mean, Edinburgh, yeah, nice, but, yeah, we need to go we need to go, let's say, more cities around here. So I'm guessing it's fertilizer, 20 tons to Dover, via Birmingham and pretty much through London. Okay, right. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to set the GP destination on, and it's actually give us the no. Is it here? I think this is where the job is. You know. Let me just check that out. Freight market. Is it to Dover? There it is there. That's the one. Take the job.
Time to get the job done.
Okay, so where is the fertilizer? It is over there. So this is our loading area. So yeah, good. We're gonna pick this up. We're gonna drive out, and I'm certainly going to take a detour to go into London because I want to get that unlocked. But we may even go to Sheffield because it's literally down the road. There we go. Coupling up, and away we go. Yeah, we'll see where this thing takes us. So we're going to be taking a left here, and I hope someone behind me is paying attention because we're certainly not. And there we go.
At the roundabout.
I like the way that pillar is right in the way for when you're coming up to most turns. Yeah, not ideal. So you can see the very, quite frankly, pitiful amount we got for driving, but it was hardly a drive at all. We could have skipped here with that cargo. I think the most I've ever made off one job was, I don't think the profit wasn't 113,000, but I think 113,000 was what was originally offered, and that again was the longest drive that I had. It was quite interesting. So driving out of Manchester doesn't take much to get out of the city, and still at 30, so I'll just reduce my speed a little bit. We don't want to be going over the speed limit there. Because I've been playing some more, I've also been doing some research into the game, and like just finding different ways of playing, different tips and tricks, etc. And I found a couple of videos of people like reviewing all of the trucks and the positives and negatives and such. And darn it, that's not something I wanted to break for. And I think we technically went over. Oh, perfect. Although the people behind might have thought a little bit more notice would have been a positive. But yeah, people reviewing the trucks and such and giving different tips and advice on the type of vehicles and the advantages, and something I didn't realise that this has just got the old analog speed counter, whereas a lot of the others are digital. One thing I did notice as well, especially not recently, because I've been driving this truck now for however many thousands of miles, but when it was in the DAF trucks? I think it might have been DAF. For some reason, the ticking noise for the indicator was whisper quiet. It was rather than this, and there'd be many a time that I'd leave it on, and I wouldn't realise, because it's a very small indicator on the dash, and like I say, it was whisper quiet, so you just couldn't hear that it was still on. I don't know if it has any effect in game, so I don't know if drivers take notice of your indication or not, or whether or not it matters, but it certainly was a little bit annoying. So road signs say Glasgow, Carlisle and Liverpool. We'll stick with that one. I mean, we put the big map on. Let's have a quick look. It's taking us away from Sheffield. So I don't think I'm going to visit that. But quite frankly, we're so close to Liverpool. Have I unlocked Liverpool? Let's just go to quick travel. Not been to Liverpool. Let's visit Liverpool. So we'll take all the signs for Liverpool. It's going to take us to the left here. Yeah, and then it'll be taking a right for Liverpool, I would imagine.
And then continue straight on.
If we don't visit, I'm not too bothered, but we'll see. See how we go. 288 miles, just under half a tank. I could probably make that. I may stop for fuel though, and certainly for a rest. We may have a little rest there. Belting up this thing at almost max speed, which is nice. Pulling out into... Ah, no. See, I want to stay left, don't I? Because I want to go to Liverpool. It's telling me... You see the arrows on the bottom left? That's pointing us to the right to go technically to Birmingham. But we don't want to do that. We want to go...
Go straight on.
We want to go to Liverpool to get it unlocked. Obviously putting brakes on here because this is a very steep turn. A very sharp turn, should I say. Quite steep going down. And now the sat-nav is going to brick it. And so recalculating route. Look at that. Timber turtle. It's a turtle with a saw blade instead of a shell. If that's not a Robot Wars contender, I don't know what is. Nice orange truck there, carrying lots of lumber. Yeah, recalculating it says. Yep. Speed limit is 50 it says, so 50 we will do. Although I have a feeling that coming into Liverpool, it will be reduced. But I'm just going to try and overtake here. Looks like I've got another Land Rover of some kind. Trying to get past. We're blocking up both sides. Okay, I'm just going to have a race with this timber turtle thing. I am speeding, and it is very sharp. So maybe 10 generic regret units are going to be in place here. No, we should be all right. No, this doesn't feel... That does not feel safe. Tackling that at beyond the speed limit. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, timber turtle. You've got the better signage. You win. The game is asking me to turn around. It is saying, no, you do need to turn around. It says 30. Yeah, I'm sure we're doing some... Yeah, there we go. We're fine. We're in Liverpool now. And discovered Liverpool. Hey, future editing me here. Apparently the entire journey took over an hour and 20 minutes long, and I have no sense of time. So in order to make this actually watchable, I'm going to cut a little bit out and split this into a two-parter. So we're leaving it there for this episode. Next episode, we'll finish the journey or end up in a ditch somewhere. The fun, as always, will be in finding out. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.